Imagine sending a private, sealed letter to your bank. You drop it in the mailbox, fully expecting it to arrive safely. But along the way, it gets snatched right out of the air, opened, read, and swapped out with a perfect replica before continuing. The chilling part of this scenario is that the delivery still goes through. You never notice anything wrong. Your bank never notices. The entire interception happens in total silence. This exact vulnerability exists inside computer networks. It's a technique known as ARP spoofing. This vulnerability is built into the protocol itself, turning a network's basic method of identifying devices into a silent, exploitable weakness. To understand how this works, we need to look at how devices find each other. While computers use IP addresses to navigate the broader internet, devices on a local network can't actually send data using those IP addresses alone. In this layout, the computer knows the printer's IP address. But physical data delivery requires a MAC address, a hardware ID hardwired into the device's network card. Without it, the computer has no physical destination for the packets. To bridge that gap, networks use the Address Resolution Protocol, or ARP. The computer broadcasts a message asking, "Who has this IP address?" And the target device, in this case our printer, responds with its specific MAC address. The computer then saves this verified pairing into a local directory, known as an ARP table, ensuring it knows exactly where to send the data next time. This system is highly efficient, but it has a massive historical blind spot. ARP was designed decades ago for small, cooperative networks, meaning it was built with almost zero authentication. It doesn't check IDs, it doesn't ask for passwords, it trusts whatever it receives. Relying on a directory that operates entirely on the honor system creates a highly exploitable loophole. Anyone on the local network can start answering questions that were never meant for them. In this diagram, we have 3 devices: a victim computer, a router, and an attacker. Normally, traffic flows directly from the victim to the router. To hijack this connection, the attacker initiates ARP poisoning, broadcasting lies across the local network. The attacker tells the victim computer, "I am the router," and tells the router, "I am the victim computer." Because ARP demands no proof, both willingly overwrite their internal tables, swapping legitimate MAC addresses for the attackers. Without touching hardware or installing a single line of malware, the attacker has successfully used the network's own rules to reroute the flow of information. The secure line is immediately severed. Every packet of data the victim attempts to send to the internet is now automatically routed directly into the attacker's machine. The attacker now holds the digital envelope, able to read, copy, or maliciously modify the data. To keep the illusion alive, they quietly forward intercepted traffic to the real router, so the victim notices absolutely no interruption. This position, secretly bridging 2 unaware parties, is known as a man-in-the-middle attack. By simply manipulating the foundational address directory, a threat actor gains total, invisible control over a target's connection to the outside world. Fortunately, network administrators aren't powerless against this. Modern enterprise networks have several ways to lock down this inherent flaw. One major defense is dynamic ARP inspection, or DAI. As we see here, a network switch acts as an active gatekeeper. It cross-references incoming ARP messages against a trusted database, and if a device starts broadcasting false identities, the switch stops it cold. Administrators also use network segmentation to break the network apart into smaller, isolated zones. If an attacker tries to flood the network with lies, those broadcasts hit a wall, restricting the damage to a very small area. And as a final failsafe, there is HTTPS encryption. Even if a man-in-the-middle attack succeeds in capturing the traffic, strong encryption ensures the actual payload remains unreadable to the attacker. All of these countermeasures are part of a broader shift toward zero trust, a modern security standard where no device gets the benefit of the doubt just because it's plugged into the wall. If you are stepping into a cybersecurity role or working as a SOC analyst, part of your job is looking out for the telltale signs of these attacks in real time. You have to watch the dashboards for anomalies. A sudden mapping change where a known IP is suddenly linked to a new MAC address, or an unexpected massive flood of ARP replies hitting the local network are major red flags. Constant vigilance over these internal directories is the only reliable way to catch an invisible interceptor before the damage is done. But ARP is just for local networks. If an attacker can do this much damage by manipulating the directory inside your office, what happens if they compromise the global directory of the entire internet? What happens if you type a legitimate address into your browser, but the network silently redirects you to a perfect malicious replica? That requires an entirely different kind of manipulation, and it's exactly what we'll explore in the next lesson: DNS poisoning.